Alright guys, today I'm going to tell you how a 2-minute video changed an opinion that I had for 43 years. Let's get into it. For those of you that don't know the whole saga that happened, let me give you the really quick recap of it. We went and somehow an icon wrench came into my universe to check and look at it and go get one, and no idea what an icon wrench was or anything about them. I don't even know, we can't remember even how we came up with it. But we went and bought one, bought a set of them. We jumped on the Snap-on truck and we were just doing a quick test on the old school test with, Snap-on had the little nylon nut and we were checking it. It was going to do a quick video, and throw it out there on TikTok, and it was going to be just a quick one and a fun one. And boy, did it go sideways from there. For those of you that don't know, the Snap-on wrench lost, and then the avalanche happened of comments that we did it wrong, and then it wasn't a good test, and then we redid the test and redid the test and redid the test, taking in everybody's comments. I mean, thousands of comments. And finally, at the very end, after doing I don't know how many tests, the Snap-on just barely eked out and won in the very end. Before I get into what my opinion was and how I use that opinion to advise younger techs coming in, or just techs coming in period, let me show you something. I want everybody to understand something. So let's just look really quick, and a lot of you have seen the Toolbox tour, but there is a lot of Snap-on and Mac and Matco in this toolbox. This is, just the wrench drawer, or just the socket drawer, this is Snap-on. I mean, there's just a lot of very high-end, very expensive tools in this drawer, right? In this whole toolbox. Go to the wrenches. It's a very similar situation. Yeah, we've got some Blackhawk in here that I don't even know where it came from, but Matco, we got Snap-on. We've got part of my original Snap-on wrench set is right here. I mean, I think that this wrench right there, I think, is actually one of my original wrenches that I bought way back in the day. I'm pretty sure it is. So a lot of my hand tools that I bought over the years were Snap-on, mainly Snap-on, with some Matco in there later years and some Mac in there. But overall, I was of the opinion that I'm a professional, and if I want to be a professional, I need to have a very high-end tool from a tool truck that comes around, because if the tool truck comes around here and it's got Snap-on the side of it, or it's got Mac on the side of it, or Matco on the side of it, then that's a professional, that's a professional tool truck, because they don't sell to just the general public, even though they do. I know you're going to say, oh, I can buy from you. You can. But generally, it's thought of as that's the professional products, right? So being a professional, I need to buy from them. And I think that in the beginning, it was definitely not a bad choice, because what we had back then was Snap-on, Mac, and then we had, and I didn't have Matco back then that I remember, but we had Snap-on and Mac. And then the other options were going to be basically Craftsman, right? And I'm not saying anything bad about Craftsman. People are going to say, because believe me, I've read a lot of comments now. Craftsman was a lifetime guarantee tool. I get it. And people are going to say, oh, I've had Craftsman my entire life, and I've got wrenches that still, that my granddad had, a great granddad had. I totally get it, right? I've got some Craftsman in here, very little, but I do have some. But here was the difference back then. All right, guys, real quick, do me a favor. Jump down in the comments. Tell me how much you think I've spent with Snap-on since 2008. At the end of the video, we're going to tell you that number. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up button for me. Let's get back to the video. Snap-on had flank drive. So it had flank drive on this end. Right now, later years, they came in with the flank drive plus, which is on the open end, right? Now, people say, okay, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal was then, that Snap-on wrench could potentially take off a nut or a bolt that the Craftsman would not. The Craftsman would round it, and the Snap-on would not round it. It would bite it, grip it, and take it off. And I've seen it happen a lot of times. I work with people that had the Craftsman, right? And they were like, mine won't take it off, let me use yours. Okay. So there was a time that the Snap-on was a far far superior product. And it helped us as technicians make money, because time is money for us. And if we are fighting with a rounded off or partially rounded off nut or bolt, we're not getting it out. Okay, well, that's time. We're not getting paid extra to do that. And if the Snap-on will just take it off and I can keep on rocking on, I'm ahead of the game, right? Even though the Snap-on cost me a lot more money. Where do I think we are now? Well, after doing that wrench test, and then more wrench tests and more wrench tests and more wrench tests, right? Trying to, in the end, trying to prove Snap-on was better, because that's what everybody wanted us to do. During that whole process, it really, I don't know if it was a switch, I don't know what happened, but I was like, wait a minute. Let's slow this train down just a little bit. And I watched videos of Snap-on dealers, that they were coming at us and they were making videos, and they were like, if you're a young tech, literally one of these guys said, if you're a young tech and you get in this business, you need to get on this Snap-on truck and you need to buy the best quality tool, the highest end wrench set you can buy, and have it for life. And I really went, wait a minute. That wrench set is $700. Now, I could have got it for $500 because I have a very good relationship with my Snap-on guy, and I pay mostly up front. But they're asking a young tech coming into this business, first thing he's going to do is pop down $700, and he's going to have a set of wrenches. A set of wrenches. He's not going to get much work done with that. He's not going to make much money with that, right? So, and that's the first thing you're supposed to do. And I'm like, wait a minute, we gotta rethink this deal. And I'm not saying that at some point you're not going to buy a $700 set of wrenches, but do we really need that $700 set of wrenches when we first get into this industry? Back in the day, when the Crafts one was inferior, then yeah, you bought the $169 set of wrenches, as opposed to whatever the Craftsman were at the time. But now, after doing all these tests, I can tell you that there are a lot of options out there for a quality tool. Now, are they just to the perfect level of Snap-on? No, but they're real close, right? We could get a set of tools for younger guys coming in, or younger girls coming in here, get them in their hand and get them making money, get them fixing cars, get them enjoying what they're doing, right? Without worrying about paying a truck every single week that comes in here $50 a week or whatever it may be, and taking, my gosh, it's going to take you what, 10, 12, it's going to take what, 14 weeks? Pay for that at $50 a week to pay for a set of wrenches, right? My gosh, that's more than, you're over 3 months to pay for a set of wrenches. And you could go down and buy a set of wrenches at Harbor Freight. You can go down and get some, we've been introduced now to Tecton. We've been introduced to, even the Quinn ones and stuff, which I know people are going to say maybe not, but there's a lot of options out there. Gear wrench, right? That are going to be really doggone close. And now they all, because the patent ran out, which is just life, the patent ran out, and now they're able to produce a wrench that can do the same thing that the Snap-on can do. And in some cases, with some of it, do it better, right? I had to make a shift in my thought to say, rather than saying, oh, and that's what I always told techs coming in, it's like, you need to go buy good quality, get on the Snap-on truck, go ahead and buy it, bite the bullet, buy it once. It'll be a good tool, and it's gonna do work that the other inferior tools won't do. And that's gonna make you money in the long run. I can't say it anymore. We gotta say, there's options out there. You might at some point decide to invest in a Snap-on set of wrenches or a Snap-on set of sockets. Now, we haven't tested the sockets yet. We're going to do that. I'm going to get to where this is leading us in just a second. But, we got to rethink, when we have people coming into this business, what kind of tools we want to put in their hand to get them working on cars, right? And get them to start enjoying doing it and start making money at it without being in a massive debt to do it. So really and truly, if we think about it, this has changed everything about my thought process about this industry. It's like, we started this channel, we were just doing diagnostic stuff and putting it on there. Now it's like, we want to show more. We want to show not only diagnostic stuff and how to do it and how to use scopes and how to use scan tools and how to use meters and everything. We want to show what are some good tools to put in your toolbox, save you some money, right? So you're not going in debt. We want to show you some tips and tricks in the industry that we've learned. And listen, we're not by any stretch of the imagination, the best of the best, you know, like just perfect in everything that we do. I think we're really, really good. I you know, might be a little, you know,
Bias.
yeah, bias there. So, but, you know, I would definitely, 40 something years of experience, 28 years being in, you know, owning my own shops. Hopefully you've got some things that I can pass on to you that you guys can use. Our plan is this, and we're going to do our very best. Please understand if we don't meet it right away, but this is our goal. We want to keep doing the diagnostic videos. I love doing those. I know everybody out there, you guys love watching them, and we are going to keep doing those 100%, right? We're going to try to at least get one of those out a week, if not more. We are going to attempt to do a tool review every week, and it's going to be things, any tools, right? Hand tools, diagnostic tools, some tools. And now here's the thing. I want to make sure everybody understands. We're not the Torque Test channel. We're not Project Farm. Those channels are fantastic at what they do, and they get into some nitty gritty, right? That's not what we're going to do. We are going to just kind of get down and dirty with it. I'm going to put these wrenches on stuff. I'm going to put these sockets on things. We're going to stretch them to their, you know, to their max and just see, will they work in a real world situation? Are they a viable tool to get into your toolbox for you guys to be using on a daily basis? And there's going to be times, I assure you, that the Snap-on or the Mac or the higher end stuff is going to win, right? And I'm going to say, you want to put that in there. A perfect example at this moment in time is, only because people think that we're, you know, like Harbor Freight, just craziness, is I would not buy a Harbor Freight Icon ratchet right now, right? The current ones are not good. And we told them that flat out, and they know that. And they have got a new ratchet coming out, and it's going to be out. It's going to take about a year, but when they come out, we have seen those and had our hands on them, and they are great ratchets. So, and we will put them to their tests when they do come out. But so there are times when the higher end stuff is going to be worth having, and then there's going to be times when we say, listen, this is a good alternative for you to be able to put in your toolbox and make money with, right? So this is that's what the plan is, right? A tool review, diagnostic, and then, you know, maybe another video with, you know, some shop talk or car talk or something like that. This wrench video took us from saying we're going to do diagnostic stuff on YouTube to my whole thought process on buying tools has changed, and my thought process on this channel has changed. It's like, yeah, we want to keep doing that and keep everybody, you know, because everybody loves that, and I love doing it. The diagnostic stuff. We're going to start putting tools on here more often. We're going to start talking about shop talk more often, because that all kind of leads in together. We want to make this an overall channel to help everybody out there, not only the, you know, the techs out there, but the shop owners, the DIYers, everybody, to be able to get out there, fix cars, have fun, use tools that are going to be good for them, that are going to, you know, last them, and if you're a professional, and make you money. All right, so what's the number? I know you guys want to know how much I've spent with Snap-on. Well, I can't go back all the way to the very beginning of my career. I honestly don't have that number, but I do have the number from 2008, because I went over it with my Snap-on guy. Since 2008, I've spent over $200,000 with Snap-on. So quite a bit of money was spent there. And I am in no way at all have any regrets of doing that, right? I love my Snap-on tools, you know, and I've used them, and they made me money, right? There's definitely been a return on investment with that. But I think going forward, we might be, you know, just looking at some different options. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell notification. That way you'll know every time we drop a video. And leave us a comment down below. If you've got a tool that you want us to look at, that you want us to put up against, if you've got a higher end tool that you want us to put up against something, or even you know, something that you think is entry level that you want us to put up against something, let us know in the comments so we can get on it, start getting these tools in here, and start testing them. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next one.